Hey Raider,
Yeah.
when you have the time to watch that video of the alien nation, you'll see when we're like really noobs at it when we're facing our first horde.
Hmm.
Um, it's just funny, and like the Goliaths, and especially like what happened today when we were playing.
Yeah, I'll watch it too.
Yeah, no, I know you're busy right now. Anyways, I was just saying it was. I thought it was pretty funny and short.
Patrick, I feel like you're gonna die.
Good evening.
You're
You
well. I don't.
please.
Delusional.
I'm.
It's thank you.
Have you? Who?
Is
I'm. I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
It's here again.
Good evening, sir. I'm you. How come it? Can
No,
you don't?
if
Have you heard rumors?
you
How aren't
she how she and it
you?
in a
Where will you stay?
you
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed,
What are you?
Please die. Please die.
What would? I'm. Do you
Tom? Help.
Some bitch.
No. What is this?
Has, who?
What I'm not. What that?
Have not you?
You're a
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
No decency. All lies. So many days.
And what of my own?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we...
And
It's...
how?
what
I don't like your attitude, Nurse Hawkins. Pessimism can be as lethal as the epidemic in times like these.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is?
Well, not... Mil...
What? What can you tell me?
Let...
No.
That...
What can you?
Let...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Who are you gonna fight now?
Still more coming. How can we be sure?
Good evening, sir.
read
If I'm. You are going to change your tone with me, my dear colleague, and very quickly.
I don't think so. Perhaps you think yourself protected by Dr. Swansea, but I am still a free man, and I will speak to you the way I want.
Can I? I don't see any reason why I should justify my actions to you.
That's true, Dr. Reed. The only judge has to be yourself. The question is, are you judging yourself hard enough?
It's weak. Have you...
Black.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
You always knew the words to calm.
Good evening, Doctor. I'm... What? You will obtain nothing from me by flattery, my young colleague.
Oh, I was not flattering you, sir. Not at all. Just clumsily expressing my sincere admiration.
I based my technique... What can you... Well... You can question...
Well,
Do you...
oh,
What if we...
I'm talk...
Have your... What if... But... You... Goodbye, Doctor... Good evening. Tell me... How... You... Tell me more what the... How I... Tell me what... Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick. Good Tell I'm just... Goodbye for now, Mr.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate. Good evening. All up. No, what? No. What? That's half. Do you? Yes. Why? It. Big. I went. Have you heard of... Do you have quite yet? No. Up, yes. I'm... What with the... Please show me what you... Of course.
good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Jadan. I cannot enter. Good evening, sir.
You where? You no. You want it?
Are you?
But you. Oh. It's. Yes. Go.
Why do you?
Oh. Yeah.
Have you heard what?
I have some good.
What? I retrieved...
Well, yeah.
Not at all, Milton.
Good.
What's going...
Pippa's time.
During...
Maybe you're...
You do...
Come on.
Goodbye, Milton. Good evening.
No,
Really?
yeah,
could...
more.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may.
You are not a...
I need...
How...
So, no,
I...
yeah.
How painful.
So,
Good evening, Miss...
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to
Have you had...
no.
doubt.
I have to go now, sir.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, madam.
It's my...
I'm Doc...
I'm bit...
What?
No. I'm...
I...
Yeah.
What do you...
I...
Is the...
Yeah.
What?
I...
She...
Yeah.
Have you...
Well,
Goodbye, Mrs...
Please, sir.
What's going on?
I'm Blight.
I'm Doc...
Oswald.
How long? Don't be ashamed.
What? It's not. He went. We.
What?
I'm on.
I have all...
Thank.
What you doing, Zach?
Doing the bad ending and, or, you know, performing, getting up there. The bad ending in, Vampire, trying to. That's the word I was going for. Oh, that guy, ooh. And you?
Finding out the story for Airbnb.
Oh,
It's locked, all right.
that's fun though, right?
I enjoy it.
God damn it. I hate this so much. I missed this in the original game and probably could have got me like a better ending with certain people. I got the good ending overall, obviously, but I meant help more people.
how
That's
can
what I
I be
meant.
sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Good evening, Miss.
I'm okay.
Admit it.
Yes.
All right, then.
Call it what you want.
You...
I guess
Can I help you in...
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here.
Cool.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me.
It had... I have to go now.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
You're...
Wow, this is gonna be such a bad ending. Cause like I'm getting to know all these people just to murder them. Because the more I get to know them,
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr.
you know,
Reed.
the better their blood taste, you know? Like I'm literally luring somebody out of the hospital right now. And then I'm gonna take them out back and eat them, you know? Oh my god, I'm literally taking him to the morgue. I could have got more XP from him because I...
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
Oh, that's fucked up. I can hear their last words, or like their last thoughts. And as I was eating them, because he was, his wife died and he had a fucked up injury.
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
So he had to be hospitalized and he couldn't work to feed his kids. And as I killed him, he's like, all I wanted to do is get better so I could go back and feed my kids, or work to feed my kids. Raider, am I a monster?
No.
I'm not.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
I want to kill this other person, too. Well, here goes. The nurses aren't gonna say a thing. Where am I going? Back here? None of the staff workers. What's his last thoughts? Let's hear him.
So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, good.
Wow. Well, I'm getting to know my patients and killing them.
Good. Good.
Is this how it's supposed to go?
Mm-hmm.
look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. You don't have to bear the burdens.
Oh man, everybody else is like level 2 at least, and I don't have the level 2 fucking thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Should I fucking evolve first? I'll probably evolve. Is anybody else sick? Nope, no one's sick. So I won't feel bad about evolving. Damn, Tibbets is probably one of my favorite people here. Favorite doctors. And he's even praising me, like in a good way, not like in a fucking, because there's one doctor that just, like, straight up is, like, kissing your ass in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But he's, like, how do I say it? He's...
He's sincere.
Pretty much. It's not like he's... Yeah, you know what? You get it. What should I upgrade, though? My axe? My axe? Okay. Wow, okay. That's gonna be a great fucking weapon. I used a starting weapon till almost the end of the game, too, which is kinda interesting. I also think it's funny, when I was doing the good ending, I loot from people's, like, dead corpses, like, and then sell it. And, all the good choices are, like, yelling at people for doing that. Let's go with, cool. Damn it. Time to upgrade my health, I guess. Damn, dude. I'm level 10 on the first mission.
That's good, right?
Yeah. Dude, I was still level 2. I killed 2 people that day. That was fucked.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah.
You know what game you should get that's free? You should get Paladin.
I've played it. I can download it and play it with you, but I don't like it too much.
When was the last time you played it? Because they changed it.
To be honest, when it first came out.
Yeah, they changed it.
And I'll tell you exactly what I really didn't like is so I'm an Overwatch fan. I've told you I used to be #1 Reaper on PS4. So obviously I played it night and day. And it's not the fact that it was like Overwatch. It was that I would rather play Overwatch if I was gonna play a game like that, because of like it looked like they had the same game mode, like the payload. But it was shorter in Paladins, and I didn't really like how it was set up. I just didn't like the game mode. So that's just my reasoning behind it.
Well, you know, Paladins was in production.
Oh, before
3
Overwatch,
years.
I know.
So I thought it was funny that a lot of people were
Thinking that
complaining
Overwatch copied it?
that Paladins was a copy of Overwatch.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. No, I agree.
I just laughed at
because
that.
I thought it. I was one of those people until I had somebody explain it to me.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
You should play. Mm-hmm.
I'll re-download it and give it a shot with you.
Brandon and me. We play it every now and again.
I just, you know, I told you how I thought of it. Has the game modes changed at all, or is it still the same?
There's payload, deathmatch.
I also felt like, you know, when you race to the middle to get whatever objective, I feel like whatever team got there first wins, pretty much. That was just my opinion on it, and if, like, you know, I'm not gonna argue. If you say it, I'm gonna take your word on it, pretty much, because you've been playing it more.
It depends on your team comp and everything, because
I agree with that, because you obviously if they don't, if they have it, but I mean if they have it locked down, like say if the first person gets there, if the, you know, everybody's just kind of like trickling in, you know, you're gonna get fucked.
So there's times where I'm a frontline main, so I take all the damage.
That's what
When Patrick every now and again plays a different frontline, but as a flank, and we can get there.
This man has been savagely attacked
The people
and dragged
have
to
the
the floor.
the point secured for a good 20%. We get there and we can wreck shit and take control almost instantly.
Yeah. Man, dude, you should have seen me back in like Overwatch 2. I can send you some videos. Like obviously if you were to watch it now, you'd be like that would never work in an actual match. But like as Reaper, I would just go on and take the whole team by myself. Competitive or not. And then somehow I'd always be able to wraith out whenever I was in trouble. I have multiple videos of that. Actually, my most popular video on YouTube is Overwatch, with 20k views. And it's basically what I just explained to you, just taking on the whole team.
I always played as crap, what's his name?
Where is this guy that's screaming at me?
Hog?
Roadhog?
Yeah.
Okay, Roadhog's a good character, and I like. I can never get his hooks. Correct. I mean, like, not like a pro Roadhog. You know what I mean? Like that would get it most of the time, because if you miss your hook, that's a huge disadvantage. When like this is say playing as Reaper, I'll bait the Roadhog's hook just like I bait Reinhardt's charge. And as soon as they use that ability, they're fucked. Or I should say, use it and miss it.
In Paladin, the character Makoa is basically Roadhog.
Oh yeah. Is there any character like Reaper?
10,
like I played
like
this.
Reaper?
Yeah, I played the guy, but he's more like McCree. Like the. No, I'm talking about that I said that's more like McCree.
I have.
Yeah. Androxus or whatever.
Yeah, Androxus, that's it.
Maybe Law, but I don't really play the fight, so I really don't know. I know his ult isn't so it's more like So, it's depending on the health. Honestly, Patrick would be able to tell you more because he knows every character a lot better.
Sorry.
I usually just stick to the ones I know.
No, I do the same thing. Like, you know how I play. I like to find one character and stick to it. I'm not very versatile, like, between multiple characters in games. I just like to stick to one set and stay to it, like DPS, like Reaper pretty much, like a DPS sneaking character. A flanker. Let's just say like TF2. I love playing Scout. Have you ever played TF2 for one?
No.
Oh man. Honestly, you're missing out. TF2 is one of the best games ever made. It's been out for more than 10 years, and it was the first game that was put on Steam.
Here's what's left of him. Not
at least one of the first games.
But I should anyway.
And you know what Steam is.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
But yeah, no, yeah, it still holds up today. If you ever to look it up, actually Overwatch was inspired by TF2 a little bit. I forgot like the 3 games they named off. Then like cause you know how Overwatch everybody has different classes. In TF2 you have the engineer, the heavy, the soldier, the scout, the spy, and there's multiple. They've never added new characters, but they started out with like 8 or 9. Like the spy, like their characters are like in depth too. Like the spy, he can go invisible. He can instant kill people from behind, I believe, like a knife kill. He has no gun. He only has a knife, so that's what makes him hard. You can actually disguise as the enemy team, so you'll be their color. You'll be. It has to be one of the characters that is on their team playing. You don't have to look at them or anything. You just pull up the menu and, or like the spy menu, and you can just turn into it. But it's hard because you either have to activate it on their side to blend in, because they can kill you before you can kill them, pretty much, or their team could if they see it. Because team sticks together. So if you came uninvisible or undecoyed yourself, disguise yourself to get the kill, they would kill you before you got the knife off, because it's a little bit slow, at least slow enough for that,
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
It's
I'm
strategy,
Dr.
pretty
Reed.
much.
Okay,
That's what I'm trying to say.
Good.
Wait, who is it?
Are you sure you're all right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can. The heavy is just a giant tank with a minigun. You'd probably like that. The engineer, he's really good. He can set up turrets. Like, he's like a Torbjorn. But
Newton, don't be sorry. We'll meet again soon, and we will be serene and beautiful.
Okay. But he can set down. The turrets have limited ammo, and he can set down a generator next to it that will refill its ammo. I believe that's how it works. and it refills your team's ammo if they stand next to it. Or you can... They can also put down teleporters around the map, so it's like Symmetra, but it's basically like Symmetra's teleporter. It has a certain amount of uses. You can set it down anywhere, point A to point B, but they pretty easy to spot by the enemy team. So if you put it behind their lines, and they know that you're being hit, you're going to be able to find it. So their characters are really in depth, which I think is what makes the game so good. Demolition's just a bomb expert, Junkrat. Soldier is kind of like the same thing. He just carries around a rocket launcher, but he can rocket jump. So if he shoots it at the ground and jumps shoot, he can rocket himself on top of buildings and stuff like that. Scout, he's super fast, like faster than any character in any game, really, that you see. For example, if you run like at a 3 speed, he can run at a 10. Yeah, he goes fast, and like he has a shotgun. But he has low health. He's I guess the Tracer, but an instant speed or a continuous speed. I haven't played this in maybe like 6 years, so if my explaining's a little off, that's why. But it's such a fun game. They have one mode that I if any game had it, I would play it. Like I would pay $100 to play that one game mode, and it's robots versus machines. I love that, especially their Halloween game mode. It's basically a defend thing. Waves and waves come at you, like Junkenstein's Revenge. Have you ever played that on Overwatch? For the Halloween mode?
Can't say that I have.
Have you played the special mode for every holiday, like Christmas or Halloween? Overwatch will play a special game mode, and they're pretty fun. If you haven't played it, that's alright, but that's just an easy way to explain the thing. But I know you've played wave games where wave and wave will come at you and you just gotta defend a certain area. But there's so many different areas and so much strategy just to it. It's so fun.
Doesn't like fire, does it?
I feel like, do you have a computer or do you ever play computer games?
My laptop can't really run computer games.
I understand that. I've had a computer that couldn't run games for the longest time, and I still have a computer that, it's a $700 computer and still doesn't run. $800 computer, sorry. That's like the least qualified for a sorry, it can barely run games is what I'm trying to say.
Mine's a $600 laptop, and when I go to play like one of the simplest games on Steam called Golf with Friends, I have to put literally every setting to the bare minimum in order to actually be able to play.
I understand that. Yeah, no, my computer can barely run stuff.
Better go home, sir.
Oh god, ow, that fucking hurt. Yeah, I rant about things I like, so Sorry about that.
No worries.
But if you ever get a chance to play TF2, it would be fucking amazing. Like, honestly, if you were ever to try to give it a try on your computer, even if it ran, I would get on my shitty ass computer and try it. My $200 computer, I would try it on. Because it's like the Halloween mode, they just added it permanently to it, which is so awesome. I have a few like mess around videos on it, like on the computer. They're nothing to show you though, because they're nothing about the game, but because I was just messing around in it, like playing a custom game mode called Saxon Hail. There's a lot of another thing that I like about it is people can make their own servers and play them, so they have their own rules and their own map, like Slender, which what is another thing that makes the game popular. Is there's like games like where one killer is invisible, or I'm just naming off ones that I've played. There's a killer that's invisible, and it's super hard to figure out where it is, because it's not like most games where if they're invisible you can see them if they're moving. You can't see them at all. You kind of have to predict if it, like, stick together with your team. If one of your team's getting attacked or just get killed randomly, you shoot in that direction, pretty much. But like they have like a cooldown on their abilities, so they can't just like spam attacks, but they can move fast. So if you kill the you can see it when it attacks, like you know how most games, whenever they show it when it moves, like a shadow of it, it's like that, but only when it attacks. So if you kill that person, then you are the person that's it. It just respawns you. On the other side of the map, invisible. And as the killer. That's what I should have said.
It's locked.
I've like Saxon Hail is you have 20 people on a team. Against one person, and that one person only has their fist, but so much health that they have to they can one hit punch you, but you have to just try to stay away from them and try to kill him before he kills you. And you can kill him instantly if you jump on his head, but that's not going to happen because he can jump 30 feet in the air. So I mean, TF2 has so many fun game modes. There's one that's like, it's called Mario, which like it's what I liked about that map.
I cannot enter.
Is everybody that played it never played that map seriously. So the enemy team would just chill with you and just mess around. There's cars that just drive around the map by themselves, so you can jump in them.
It's locked. Right.
And say if you were doing like an actual match versus the enemies, you can just sit in the car and shoot them as you drive by. There's the Mario tubes, like the green tubes, and you can go down them, and it goes into a part of the map you can't get to, pretty much, unless you go down the tube. And it's part of like a bunch of there's a bunch of those killer plants everywhere that you have to dodge. So there's a blimp that flies around that you can only get to by running and jumping from the tallest part of the building into it. Sound interesting at all?
Yeah, it does.
Over there!
Yeah, I had a lot of fun when I played it. I was never good at it though. I was young, so wasn't too good at it because I was obsessed with playing Scout, but I never played Scout properly. Like especially in the defending game mode, robots versus machine. He's built because every enemy, every enemy you kill, drops money, and the scout's job in that game mode is to go collect it before it disappears. And I never, I tried to, but it was just it's so hard without taking damage and dying. Because I want to say dying in that is like dying in Smite. It will fuck your team over. Because it has the respawn timer, and it'll basically, that gives them the edge to push in on you. Any other games that you like? Like, it could be any game. Because I feel like I went on too long about something I like.
That's all good, dude.
I know, but at the same time, I'm interested if there's a game that might not even be on PS4 that you like.
I'm trying to think and do this at the same time. Hold on.
I understand trying to explain that whole thing. I was playing Vampire, and I'm like, so yeah, and So what are you doing at the moment?
I'm watching Patrick play Tekken. So I'm struggling to figure out what I want to do on this next portion of the D&D shit.
How is your D&D?
It's going good.
That's good.
I have the idea of what I want to do. It's just how am I gonna do it? Because I know I could plan anything in the world.
Do you not know how you're gonna perform it, or?
No, I know how I would do it, but
how everybody else might like it.
That and D&D is a game where anything is possible.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, so when I first introduced it to all my friends, Brad and Patrick and others, they started off in a tavern.
Yeah.
And how I had it scripted was they were just gonna overhear a conversation, or talk to the barkeeper, and from there the story would progress. You wanna know what they did? Well, what one of them did? So, two townspeople got into a fight over something. They were both drunk. The orc over here, Justin, decided to walk over and punch one of them. He rolled a crit. So it instant killed the dude. So I had to go through this entire detour because they basically ruined the tavern. So the barkeeper was like, "You're mine now. You're my bitches. You have to pay me back." So I had to go through all of that when it should have been a simple a simple thing.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm currently having a problem because I could be doing all of this planning only for
somebody to mess it
ruin
up.
everything.
Well, you know what I do? Like, okay, so let's just say whenever I confront somebody with an issue or I have to talk to them about something important, I'll plan it out in 3 different ways, and I'll say one thing, and I will, you know how like if you ever plan something out, you plan it to go one way, and one way only, really. I'll plan it in 3 different ways, like in counters and what if scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to suggest things.
It's locked.
So
yeah, it's one thing that I'm currently trying to do right now is I'm making up several different scenarios. Cause
I could try to help if you're interested.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind.
I don't know anything about D&D, so I don't know. I mean, I just said like with story ideas or like counters, like how maybe I would be able to mess it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could just give some insight.
The only problem I have with that is Patrick's in the party.
Ah, yeah, no, I get that. Because he's gonna be playing with you, huh?
Yep.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert, stop it! Me, I'll not die in some piss stinking alley reeking worse than a week old lappy.
What? What? What now? You must. Yeah. The house.
What? Do you know? A gun?
If you name.
And see, another thing that's funny is an encounter that should take 10 minutes to beat could take 40 to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had them all fight a pack of wolves, and one of them was a dire wolf.
Do you know?
Never heard of her.
Technically, it's only a challenge of 5. So if one person's level 5, they should be able to do it, no problem. They were all level 8. And it took us 37 minutes to complete.
Sounds fun.
I kind of want to get you in on a D&D session.
How would that work?
There's an online program called Roll20. It's actually really good. I would prefer it if I was able to get everyone to use it. But it's really good. I like it. I could do more as a DM in that program.
I'm only concerned about like my reading, trying to like, I don't know if you know my problem with it, but like I'll read something and like look at a word and assume it's something else. I think I've told you that before.
Not me, please.
The thing is,
I'll be good.
most of the story comes from me. So all you would have to do is listen to me. There's only going to be a few times where you would have to do a puzzle or whatever, but all information would come from me.
I'm afraid not, Mr.
Or
Reed.
whoever the DM is.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir.
Okay, where am I gonna take this guy? I need him, huh?
As long as you have the money.
Well, I've killed 2 more people on the second day.
I'm not afraid anymore. I died in this trench a long time ago.
When
I
sun...
think I should need to redo
Good evening, miss.
Good then.
carefully so I can watch.
To read. No. It had. I don't like. Never met.
Goodbye, miss.
What do you want?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
There is no Dorothy.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned. Nobody at home. It's locked, all right.
Mr. Raider.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Sorry.
Understandable. I want to see how many people I can kill in one day.
Do it.
As long as you have the money.
The fuck? Oh, so I do have to go through. That's pretty fucked up. Since I killed people, there's now hunters inside certain parts that would have been safe. Oh, maybe not.
Joe, please, I don't. Well, well, you have not. Wouldn't it?
Wow, that guy's a level 4.
Yeah, that.
Wow, I missed the hint.
Goodbye for... Excuse me, sir. I'm really... May I... You... I don't care. I'm not hold you. Not this time. Have you heard of a... Could you... Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you...
I'm not bothered.
How do you...
I'm fine. My father...
Forget...
Why should...
I'm sure your father...
That's exactly what...
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside.
So that's...
I'm not
Your father...
I was young.
Have you...
I don't... I'm a...
I'm gonna eat this guy. Really no point in healing him.
Death is so cold. I hoped it would be more... meaningful.
Holy shit. Some of these pistols